Hey, it's Fort Worth Playboy.
And my Playboys Bunny. Welcome to our podcast where we discuss pickup, game, relationships, and... Did I ruin it? Sex.
And today's topic, it's probably for a little bit more advanced, but in my hindsight, every man who starts running game runs into this problem or this question sometime. It's, should I raise my game? And the basic question is, let's say you're closing and you're doing great, and this is just for example, everybody's numbers will be different.
Yeah.
You're doing great with like sixes.
Uh-huh.
You're just cleaning up, you're comfortable around them. And then you go out with a couple of sevens and eights, and you're like, it's not that great. You know, you have to, or should I push myself? Should I push my game?
Yeah.
And get out with more sevens and eights?
Yeah.
And then maybe go into the 9 category. You know,
uh-huh.
That is a common question. And
they want to know if they should go from sixes to dating supermodels.
Yeah, something like that. Well, I mean, everything has a trade-off. And this is from one of my clients, who, you know, admittedly, he came to me with solid basics.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy had what you need to do well. He just, for whatever reason, I think it was mostly being in a new town.
Yeah.
You know, he just had to get his feet under it.
It all matters.
He says, is it really that bad to spin plates with a bunch of pretty but physically fit girls? I've had a rotation of 3 mids since December. And I find lately that a few more attractive girls have been open to date. It's less effort to hold frame with mid girls. They come and they go when I ask them to, and I use very little mental bandwidth to be with them.
That matters.
It does. Yesterday I dated a 7 and within an hour I was wondering what our kids would look like, which is weird because I had a vasectomy. I made excuses and left because, you know, it's almost like you start getting sucked in.
Yeah.
You know, because of their attractiveness.
Yeah.
On one hand, I feel like I should be dating hotter girls and achieve abundance and outcome independence from them until I can hold my frame. On the other hand, as long as they have a nice figure, I feel like the mids are less effort and help me concentrate on my training and my business and finances.
Yeah, they're easier to be around.
Yeah. He says, it's like I could have ridden in the Ferrari, but I feel better off in a van. as I'm not bothered, who else has a joyride in it? You know what I mean? I don't want to pay the Ferrari upkeep right now. I'm almost 50 and I want to stay fit and get wealthier. I can't decide if that's smart or a cope because I should be aiming higher. No worries. It's a great question.
It is a great question.
And he also mentions, thanks for the dating fast start pack. I literally closed 3 different girls last weekend off of it. Unbelievable.
I love that. I love that.
This is where even if you have good game, 1 or 2 small tweaks from some of our information can get you into the great game category.
It's a big deal.
Yeah,
that's a big deal. Closing 3 girls in a week is a big. Yeah, that's good numbers.
Yeah, you can get 3 girls, but it might take you 2 months. Even better to get it in one weekend.
Exactly.
His question is relevant.
Yeah, it's a good, and I think it's especially once guys really get comfortable with game and with the idea of running a rotation of girls, you get more confident, and so therefore you are more attractive to hotter girls.
Absolutely. I mean, you're just dealing with more girls.
Yeah.
You know, and as your confidence grows, I'm going to say, like his default.
Yeah.
Most guys that are like mid-30s and up, 40s, 50s, do tend to default. They're like, you know what? The 8 is a pain in the ass.
Right.
They really do kind of say, it's not worth it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, all things being equal. Whereas I've noticed the younger guys tend to be more willing and open and desire to push how hot can I get?
Sure.
Does that make sense?
That makes perfect sense.
And I really do think that's just a matter of like, how much you have going on in your life. What you want to do, there is no right or wrong answer.
Yeah.
If you're a 45-year-old guy, you have a business, you got kids already, you are pushing yourself in your game, you're happy with your sex life, there's no reason to like neglect the girls that are like 6s just so you can go out with one 7 or 8 that's going to be a huge pain in the ass.
Right.
You know, it's not a good use of your time. You know, if a girl's 7 and she's easygoing and she
Yeah.
moves right into your rotation,
Yeah.
like any other girl.
Yeah.
But like he said, immediately he was starting to think differently.
Right.
You know, and
Even
that's,
sitting in front of her, he's like, "Yeah, I gotta
get out of here.
This is jacking with my
My
mental
game.
game."
Yeah. You know, and then you're sucked in. And we've seen it.
Oh,
We've
yeah.
seen where guys
Gosh.
go from running game, having their shit together, and they hook up with a really hot girl, and they forget everything they know.
Almost by luck sometimes.
Yeah, yeah,
In a lot of ways, because if it were by skill, they wouldn't lose their shit when it happened.
exactly. Yeah, and in theory, you
Yeah.
know what I mean? I mean, maybe it's situational. I mean, you do see some guys that hold their frame and they do really well.
Yeah.
But sometimes the girls can just just kind of like, and we know like average mid girls tend to have they tend to be more fun to have sex with. They try harder.
Yeah.
Whereas your 8s, their appearance has been enough to excite the guys. They don't have to do a lot.
No.
You know what
and
I mean?
that's with or without clothes on. I mean, that's
Exactly,
in
yeah.
and out of the bedroom.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, there's a balance to and trade-offs to everything.
Yeah.
You know, but I've noticed, and there's some guys that are just not going to go out with women, but they won't come to me with that question.
Right.
They're going to go out with, you know, 8s. They won't even look, or at least they don't say they, you know, will not go out with
Yeah.
6s.
Yeah.
You always see them running, what do you say, rooting around, you know, in all honesty. But that's really, you know, what you want is the most important thing.
Yeah.
That's the most
And what
important
fits in your life. I mean, I think especially with guys who have kids that are still minors, I mean 18 or under, I feel like it's even more critical, or that they have more of a mindset to have a girl who's an easy fit rather than the just solid full-on arm candy, because they've got a lot to juggle there, you know, and the arm candy takes a lot of bandwidth and is often a pain in the ass in a lot of areas of life, including being selfish with his time and jealous of his kids a lot of time, more times out of the mix. So it's like, it really does make life harder to have like the hot arm candy whenever you've got all this other stuff going.
Yeah.
Now, if you're a rich multimillionaire who has no kids, or kids are already adults, or you just are in for a good time, fuck yes. Get as hot as you can, get as hot as you want, buy them if you have to. I mean, enjoy.
Well, and it's funny because you started mentioning like the money. A good analogy, and you see this a lot like in business, a guy will be making solid money off of his business, but his peers or even like a consultant will say, well, if you did this, this, and this, you could triple your money.
Yeah.
And he's like, but I'm happy.
Yeah. I'm good.
Why
where
would I
am.
do that to myself?
Right.
You know? So if you're running 3 or 4 girls that you're happy with,
Yeah.
you know, because you do require bandwidth just like to grow a business
Yeah.
or to date up. It's just going to take more.
Sure.
You know, because you're going to have to change. It's just going to require more bandwidth, just like he says.
Yeah.
earlier. So really it comes down to 1, what do you want? And 2, what can you handle at that moment in your life?
It's a big deal. It matters.
Yeah.
And the rules remain, I mean, I think generally the rules and the steps remain the same no matter what level girl you're gaming or you're shooting for. But a lot depends on exactly what you just said. It depends on where you are in your life and what you kind of have space for.
Exactly. And if you want to actually experience this,
Yeah.
we have the Fast Start Dating,
The Dating Fast Start Bundle.
and we'll leave a link down there.
Yes.
Or the How to Build a Harem.
Yeah.
If you've never dated multiple girls at the same time, you've always done one and done, or you've always been, the girls are always kind of embarrassed you or ashamed you into like just dating them. You don't know any other way.
I'm feeling attacked.
There's ways to date multiple girls honestly that everybody wins, and we explained that in How to Build a Harem.
And would you say that building a rotation is more? You're not lying to the girls that other girls exist, but it's more like a Playboy kind of thing. Where a harem, everyone's pretty clear. It's several girls. Everybody's clear that they're sharing you.
Yeah,
it's a lot more open.
There's at no point in any system that we ever offer or recommend or coach.
Yeah.
There's cheating involved.
Yeah.
Or girls are misled that you're not seeing other people.
Yeah.
So that's never a part of, being a Playboy.
That's not what we talk about.
No, it
That's
doesn't
not
make
what we
sense.
recommend.
It's not sustainable. It's just bad form.
It's not healthy either.
No.
It's not healthy for anyone.
But that's not what we're talking about. But again, if you're in a situation that you're like, am I pushing myself? You have to ask yourself, am I happy now? And do I have the bandwidth to actually push myself? It's just like sports performance.
Yeah.
You got to have a little bit in the tank because it's going to take some energy.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So it depends on where you're at.
That is
There's
a
no
great
wrongs.
question
It's a
from
great
Scott,
question.
and I'm
Yeah.
glad that we got it. And y'all send us your questions, DM
Yeah.
us. I mean, we love getting the questions in the comments and DMs and in the comments below. We always get a lot of great feedback, and we appreciate it.
If you guys like this podcast, please hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and share with your friends.
And get that Dating Fast Start bundle. It's just a win-win. We want you to win. Bye.